a child of the Most High. He's a child of the Most High. That's how I'm going to see my brother. You understand? That is how I'm going to see my brother. And when I see my brother as Christ, how do you think I'm going to treat him? When I see my brother as a God on this earth, how do you think I'm going to treat him? With respect, with the utmost. I'll show you how we're going to treat him. I'm going to show you how we're going to treat each other when we see each other as gods on this earth. Give me Matthew 22 and 38. We're going to show you how, in fact, we will treat each other once we understand our true nationality, our true heritage, that we are the gods on this earth.
That's right.
We are the gods on. I have to say it again and again and again, because guess what? We've been taught with the dregs again and again. We've been taught with niggers again and again. So we're going to beat this into your head until you understand who you are. Thus saith the Lord. Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 38. This is the first and great commandment.
Read on.
And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Guess what? If I see myself as Christ, if I see myself as a God in this earth, I'm going to see my brothers as the same. And guess what? I'm going to treat them as myself. I'm going to treat them as I would want to be treated. What does that mean? Get me the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 12. We're going to show you what it means to treat each other as yourself. Love each other as you would love yourself. To treat each other as gods and princesses on this earth. Because we have never been taught this as a black community. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother.
Honor your father and your mother. Because guess what? If I see Christ in my father, I am definitely going to honor him. You need me to be home by this time? Cool, I'm there. That's how we see Christ in one another and love one another as we love ourselves. Give me the next one. You know what I want. The next one.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 13. Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. How many black brothers do you see killing each other in the streets of Croydon? How many black brothers do you see doing that? This one stabbed, another one stabbed. A young brother just got stabbed in Woolwich 2 days ago and now he's dead. And now he is dead. Why? Because we do not see Christ in one another.
That's right.
That's why it's so easy for us to take a knife, to take a gun and put it to our own brother. You don't see the other nations doing this. You don't see the white man killing each other the way we do. You don't see the Arab man killing each other the way we do. Why? Because they value one another. We don't value one another because we don't see God in one another. But today is the day to change.
I think George Floyd.
George Floyd. Right, so you think any of these other nations have any value in us? That's why they can put their knee on our neck and not care. But guess what? Right now we are focusing on us. Never expect your oppressor to love and care for you. All your oppressor is ever going to do is kill you. Put you in captivity. Put you in the worst jobs. Give you the worst food. Give you the worst healthcare. The worst education. Hold up the sign. Hold up the sign. The man that did this to you, how are you ever going to expect him to love you and treat you as a brother? Right. Does that make logical sense? Christianity is crack. I'm telling you. Christianity will make us believe the man that did this to us is going to treat us right. Christianity is worse than crack cocaine. I'm telling you. Read on. We're talking about us right now. We're talking about the brethren, the brotherhood. This is how we love one another as we love ourselves. Read on.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. Because guess what? If I saw my brother as God, I had that level of respect for him. Would I sleep with his wife? No, I would not sleep with his wife. How can I see my brother as a God and say, you know what? I like your wife, I'm going to take her. For us as black men to commit adultery against one another, we have no respect for one another. No respect at all. We take the thing that is most precious to a brother, his wife. Why? Because we don't love one another as we love ourselves. Read the next one.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 15. Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal. Because if I see you as a God, I'm going to respect you and your property.
Right.
But guess what? When you walk through the streets of Croydon, yo, what end are you from? I ain't seen you here before. What phone you got? Let me see that. Thank you very much, that's mine. Have a good day. That's what we do to one another. Why? Because we don't see one another as gods on this earth. Read the next one.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not lie against your brother. Thou shalt not lie against your brother. This is something that our people do to one another.
Right.
Oh, our sisters, what did he do? He hit me when he didn't hit you. No respect for the black man. Let's get him thrown in jail. Let's tell lies about him. Let's tell the young daughters, the young sons, that guess what? Your father never loved you. Your father never wanted you. What really the truth is, your mouth ran the father out of the house.
That's right.
That's the truth. But guess what? Because we don't love one another, we don't respect one another, we find it so easy to lie to one another. You're telling me, if Christ was standing right here, you could tell him a lie? No. Could you do that, Elijah? If this was Christ, if this man was Christ right here, would you be able to lie to him, to his face? There's no way. But guess what? Christ is right here, because Christ is in each one of us. Christ is in every single one of us. The black man, and through the black man, Christ is in the black woman too. Understand that? Read the next one.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Read on. What else?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. What else?
Nor his maidservant.
Nor his maidservant. Read.
Nor his manservant. Nor his maidservant. Nor his ox. Nor his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's.
But guess what? Us as a people, we're covetous. You know why? Rap music. Hey, let me throw it up, bling it up. I've got the big chain, I've got the big booty hole by my side. And guess what? We see that as a people, and for some sick, psychotic reason, we want that. We covet what every man has. We covet the flashy women, the flashy cars. But guess what? If we see God in one another, we're going to say, you know what? I'm happy that my brother is doing well. Therefore, I'm not going to commit fraud to get what he has. I'm not going to sell drugs to the next man to get what he has. Why? Because I'm content. Because I'm happy when one another does well. You understand? Because we're a covetous people, because we're a jealous people, because we hate one another, as a people, we want what the next man has. I see you doing well. I hate that. I hate that. Why is he doing better than me? Why can't I do as well as him? I'm going to kill him for his goods. I'm going to rob him for his things. Why? Because we hate one another. Because we don't see that God is in one another. But guess what? Today, it's going to change. Because the Israelites are back.
That's right.
The Israelites are back. And we're teaching the truth out of the Bible. Zephaniah 2 verse 1. Zephaniah 2 verse 1.
Bring it
and
out.
sisters, I hope you're listening. Because this is for you as well. The kingdom of heaven is for you as well. You got that? Let's read.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Gather together as black men, black women. No more division in the household. No more leaving the family with a baby, leaving a single mother. No more kicking the black man out of the house. Gather together. No more, I'm SW9 and I'm SW2. We can't gather together. Gather together. Read.
Gather together, O nation not desired.
O nation not desired. We are a nation. Hold this up. Hold up the sign. Hold up the sign. We are the nation who went through this together. We went through this together. Why are we so separated? Slavery, chains on our necks, cargo slave ships, rapings, lynchings. We went through this together. The black man, the black woman, the black child, together. Why are we divided? Why? Because we are not desired. Sisters, they show you the magazines. They show you the white woman with the hair, the long blood flowy hair, and they say that's what's desired. We are the nation that's not desired. We are the ones that need to gather together. Read.
Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
The Lord is commanding us to come together. Commanding us to come together. before his fierce anger comes upon us. Why would his fierce anger come upon us if we don't gather together? Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1. Why would the Lord's anger be upon us if we refuse to gather together? Read.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
You, brother, are the children of Israel. You, sisters, are the children of Israel. Hear the word of the Lord. Read.
For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Read.
Because there is no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of God in the land.
That's why the Lord will have a problem with us. Because there's no truth, there's no mercy one to another. My brother does something to me, guess what? I'm never going to forgive you. I'm going to take that to my grave, to the day I die. Why? Because we don't want to gather together as a people. But guess what? To gather together, we must all have the same something. 1 Corinthians 1 and verse 10. 1 Corinthians 1 verse 10.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1 and verse 10. Now, I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that ye all speak the same thing.
We should be speaking, saying the same thing. One mind, one accord. But what? What should we be speaking? What should we be saying? Get me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Because as Israelites, we are required to have a certain mind. Understand that. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? Keep going. But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So that's the reason why we've been in slavery for this long. It's because we haven't been keeping God's commandments. Do you understand that, brother? Do you understand that? We haven't been keeping his commandments. Sister, do you understand that? Yes, sisters, do you understand that? The reason the black man, the black woman, the Hispanic man, the Hispanic woman are in the situation that we are in is because we haven't kept God's laws.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.